Hello, wonderful people. Nice of you to join me on my little snowy walk here. If you're new here, hi, I'm Cahir. I'm here to take you one step closer to self-love. Now, today I want to talk about my journey from being raised unconsciously religious to spirituality. For me, spirituality has been the foundation of my inner peace journey. Not saying you need to be spiritual to have inner peace. And this is not trying to convert anybody to A Course in Miracles or whatever, even though I do play a paladin and pathfinder and I'm pretty zealous. But even my character is not you should worship Sarenrae or Lathander. It's not about that. For me, spirituality has always been a gateway to inner peace, and it's helped me tremendously. Because I want to talk about my journey when it comes to religion. I even had a comment when I brought Jesus up, because Jesus is fundamental in the Course in Miracles, right? And someone's like, why did you bring religion into it? I'm not bringing religion into it, you know? Even though I know it sounds like it. But I was raised unconsciously religious. I'll tell you this. So, as you know, in every video, I'm Polish American, but because it had a huge impact on me, of course it did. You know, being raised Polish, and part of the Polish experience is you're Catholic, right? But the weird thing is, I was forced to do all this stuff, like First Communion, all this other stuff. I even went to religious class. I remember I went because there was not a Polish religion class. There was only this Mexican community, and I was surrounded by Mexican people that there's a totally different culture, and they had different behavior. I'm every Wednesday, and I'm my free time was devoted to religions class, but my parents weren't religious, not even a little bit. They didn't even go to church, In fact, it was so not religious that I asked my dad, Tata, I'm Tata, do you believe in God? He's like, I believed in God when I had money. Well, so money is your God. You know what I mean? It wasn't this, not even a little bit, not even a little bit, they showed they believe in God. Maybe we celebrated Christmas and Easter, but come on, that's just it's so devoid of religion now. It's you know what I mean? I think they made us because they wanted to appease an older family member. I have my grandma's sister was kind of she had a huge influence on my parents, I think, and we got baptized and everything. But I'm still at the core religion, I think, is supposed to help you find meaning in your life, find purpose, something outside of you. That we're not just these apes in the dark universe. I mean, you can believe in that. It's not about there's a right religion or a wrong religion, or you're bad for being an atheist or whatever. It's not about that. It's just about, you know what I mean, giving your life meaning, right? And then, but I was raised unconsciously Catholic. I'm what is the purpose behind this? It's not making me feel good. I don't get anything out of it, I didn't feel at peace. I don't know, there's more feeling sin and guilt, and also these belief systems that are imprinted upon me that I didn't even, question. I was, I didn't think being gay was okay. Then my brother turned out to be gay. Oh, oops, what are you gonna do with that? Then also with abortion, I'm oh, abortion's bad. And then my female friends were oh, it's healthcare, all these talking points. I'm oh, wow, I never questioned it. Just this is what I'm saying, unconscious shit. Even at it just going through the motions. You're oh, you're Polish, you become Catholic. There's nothing written in stone. I know there's historical connotations and all that, but come on. Or if you're gonna be Catholic, go to church, or I don't know, do something. They did, my parents, I said, didn't go to church. They even talk about God or Jesus or anything. Just make money, basically. And for me, it left this big hole in my heart. Because I had an atheist friend, Xavier, or Scavy. We'll use his username, Scavy, and he was like, I don't know, it just doesn't make me feel good. I don't know. It's like, like, what happens when you die? Go to nothingness. Okay. You know, I'm actually like, there's like near-death experiences, and like thousands of people talk about they see the same thing. So like, there's something out there, you know. It doesn't matter if you believe me or not. But I'm just saying, like, okay. For me, it didn't resonate. And so I'm like, I can't be Catholic, I can't be atheist. What's the answer for me? And spirituality came to be the answer. And I remember I was like 14. It's like late at night. I think I'm probably procrastinating on like some homework assignment. And I saw an interview with like Jerry and Esther Hicks about Abraham. And it's just weird, you know. It's like this lady channeling non-physical energy, and she's saying "we" even though it's like one person. You know. But then I like consumed Abraham Hicks. Like, it was my life. The thing is, I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. That's the weird thing about it, you know. It just made me feel so good, even though I did have my moments where my nervous system was overloaded, and I'll try listening to it, and wouldn't help because I'll be so low and down on myself. But still, you know, it's like this beautiful thing that we're all source energy, we're vibrational beings, you know, also with the law of attraction and all this. It was just like, you know, beautiful stuff. And then, like, you know, The Secret came out, and we watched it in the living room, and my grandma Babcha was there, and she's like, "It's bullshit, life is supposed to be hard." Like, okay, if you want to believe that, please, by all means. You know? And there's like so many people out here like with testimonials about manifestation. I'm like, okay, where's the truth? You know, what is the truth here? You know? I think The Secret has its own problem, but still, it's nice, you know. And it was filling that void inside my heart. And then eventually, I read other books like Conversation with God. I also got into like Bashar. Bashar is like very similar to Abraham. But then finally I found A Course in Miracles. It was mentioned in Conversations with God. And there was a resistance, of course, you know, doing all these workbook lessons. Like, you have to actually sit and meditate in 365. Man. But when I actually started committing to it, and it just became like putting on a seatbelt, I couldn't not do it, you know? I did all the meditations, and then I had that dream about my mom yelling at me. And I said, I will not abandon myself. I'll not abandon myself. And I saw, you know, that the reason why I was so cruel to myself was because my parents were cruel to me growing up. I know it sucks. It sucks. You know, I'm not going to deny it. You know, discovering I have CPTSD. Like, what? CPTSD? What is that? You know, complex PTSD. Is my nervous system adapted because it was a very chaotic, unsafe environment. My parents were very cruel, mean, and angry. I wish I could say something else, but that's the truth. You know, it's the truth. You know, and my nervous system adapted to be a people pleaser. Oh, freeze response, all this stuff. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you see all those steps that brought me here, into making these videos as well, because I love A Course in Miracles. It gives me so much joy because it's about spreading love. It's about, you know, being the love, you know? And I don't know, I really like it. Because I feel, you know, if the mission is about spreading joy and love, it can't be wrong. You know, you could tell me otherwise, but you know, if you want the world to be a more loving place, be loving, be kind. You know, that's what I'm trying to do here, man. That's what I am doing here. Because I could see the effects of having a cruel mind. You know, being cruel to yourself, being cruel to others. What does it get you? It gets you suffering. It got me suffering. You know, it did. You know, I don't want that for anybody. You know, I'm glad I went to therapy. So of course, you know, Healthy Gamer and of course the Miracles, they like coincided. It was like, you know, both were necessary. I'm saying, like, I'm not saying like don't just do spirituality. I think there's another video I can make about spiritual bypassing, where you just meditate your problems away. It's not about that. But for me, like, it feels something, and I think if you're on the spiritual journey, you feel it too, right? Because I think the truth is the truth. Otherwise, we are part of source energy, one energy consciousness, or we're not. It can't. It's black or white. I'm gonna choose to believe the white, the good, it's changed my life. It has, and because I suffered with self-loathing. I hated myself. I said one of the most cruel things you could say to somebody. Me. It was just in my head, Because I was parroting the shit that my parents said to me growing up. It sucks, I'd even say, like, worse shit to me. I would call myself a cunt. Like, whoa. Why, But, because, deep down I thought, oh, these words are going to serve me. It's going to push you to be a man. This is the opposite was true. Okay, basically what I'm saying, like, spirituality is good if it works for you. Because spirituality is such a broad thing, but I feel like for me, it has helped so much in my inner peace journey. Right, this is what Course in Miracles, it says in the book, the foundations of inner peace. Don't you want that? I'm just curious. So, like, what does the atheist do to find inner peace, or to have, like, higher meaning? I don't know. Like, leave in the comments, right? Because I want to have, like, this place of non-judgment. Because I feel that's also, like, religion judges people. Like, oh, you're gay. Oh, you're an atheist. Oh, like, it doesn't sound loving to me, All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'd love to hear your comments. Write it down. Remember to subscribe if you like this. All right. May the Holy Spirit light up your path wherever it takes you. All right. Take care.